assembly between Tuesday and Friday. As a chair, confirm that the books capture the members that attended the meeting, and we have them sign so that we have records for both. Remember, when you are doing your meeting in the Zoom, it is recorded. So we are just transferring the same signatures also to the register so that we have it here. For the members who attend the plenary via Zoom, it is recorded. When you, if for example, I can see Honorable Terry is live. So when you come the next day, make sure you come sign, because we'll just compare. If you appeared in the Zoom, automatically it's easy for you to sign so that you are able to have your sitting captured and none of your sitting is absent. So we can do even in this plenary. I want to encourage members, if in the afternoon you may not make it, just log in, just to follow through. Even if you don't say anything, it is still considered a sitting. If you have a concern, we'll give you a chance to address the House. So I want to encourage the committee chairs. It is very flexible. It is very easy. You don't have to congregate in the same place every day. It is much easier for us when we do it virtually. And a committee that is made up of 7 to 9 people becomes very easy. You just instruct the committee clerk to prepare everything for you. So it is the liaison between the chair and the committee clerk. Then the other members are invited. I would encourage the chair to make a phone call to the members telling them that we'll have our meeting. And the beauty with it, it is flexible. We have been doing our House Business Committee at 8:30 in the night when everyone is settled at home. So you decide as a committee. It gives you the flexibility that physical meetings don't give. So that is one. I can see most of the chairs are here. I can see Welfare Chair, Honorable Kevolwe, Honorable Elfas, Honorable Ngetich, Honorable Robert Kirwa Lance. I can see Honorable Fred Justice, Honorable Cynthia Youth, Implementation Chair, Budget Chair. I can also see Majority Leader, Chair Roads, Chair Tourism, Chair Agriculture. So just liaise with your committee clerks. I'm sure you know them. Your work will be much straightforward. Lastly, I think the Rules and Procedure Committee has adopted the guidelines for the virtual meeting. Secondly, we have also adopted a translated version of the standing order. Honorable Fred has always been asking for the Kiswahili version. We have a copy. We will ask that members who want the Kiswahili version to make their request, because we've just produced a few copies. We are only aware of around 3 requests. Any other person who will require for the Kiswahili version of the standing order, please just give your name. You can leave it at my office or the clerk's office so that we can also have copies for you that you can be working with the standing order in Kiswahili, so that you can still address the House in Kiswahili. I don't know if you saw during the motion to consider removal of the Deputy Speaker, and the Senator Laikipia spoke very good Kiswahili. You think that he comes from the coast, yet he comes from Laikipia, but his Kiswahili was very impressive. So we'll have that for honorable members. You are free to address the House in Kiswahili. Next order. Oh, before we proceed, I think let me give the chance to Majority Leader. He was the only remaining chair to give us status. Quickly, Honorable Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think mine, Mr. Speaker, is well prepared than all the other chairs, Mr. Speaker, because I have a comprehensive document here, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, on the status report from Aldai Sub-County Emergency Response Committee on the fight against COVID-19. Honorable Speaker, I rise to give a status update from Aldai Sub-County.
Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Gideon.
Mr. Speaker, I know Honorable Fred might say, I quite understand the Honorable Leader of Majority, is he giving the report or is giving a brief? Because to the best of my knowledge, you say that all the reports should be ready.
Take a seat, Majority Leader.
All the reports should be ready. And if it is a report, then he must first of all table before the House for our reference. But if it is a brief, he should not be reading.
Good. Honorable Gideon, take a seat. I think Honorable Majority Leader was keen to show that he's done better than the rest of you, so that he wanted to showcase that he's arranged his brief in a very nice way so that he doesn't miss anything. But the substantive report, of course, will have to come together with the signatures of the honorable members. So you are right on the part that if it is a substantive report, it has to be tabled before the House, which I have said that by this week, we expect all the sub-county chairs. But I wouldn't have a problem with the majority leader proving that he has the best. Let us see what brief he has, if it is the best. Proceed.
Even in my last paragraph, Mr. Speaker, it captures what Honorable Gideon Koyeji is talking about. So, Mr. Speaker, in Aldai, we have 7 members. That is Honorable David Koyech, Kaptumo Kaboy, Honorable Magdalene Rono, Koyondurio, Honorable Charles Mayo, who is the team coordinator. From Kemelai Maraba, Honorable Osborne Komen is the team advisor. Comes from Terik. Honorable Nancy Chemutai is energizer and team building activities, Honorable Speaker. Also, Honorable Jackson Swadi, who is in charge of spiritual leader, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Trufosa is as assistant advisor. And then we have our clerk, who is Sang. Honorable Speaker, since the inception of the committee, we have been able to work very well together, focused on our core mandate in the fight against the coronavirus and its eventual defeat. I wish to give a brief on that committee held several meetings and visited several places across Aldai sub-county. The committee made visits, held consultative meetings for which various stakeholders made observations and findings. When we visited Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, we observed that the health facilities was on high alert and the people entering the hospital were being screened using a laser thermometer. We also saw that people were washing hands at designated points and sanitizing was the order of the day. The committee held talks with the hospital management, who assured the committee that the hospital had prepared adequately isolation centers. Had been identified.
Inquiry, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Cynthia.
I don't want that inquiry, Honorable Speaker. I don't want.
Take a seat first.
Yeah, I don't.
Take a seat, Honorable Cynthia. Take a seat. Now that you're at the point of inquiry and the speaker and the person on the floor was not interested, then you may not, unless you are standing on a point of order. Proceed, Honorable.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Speaker. That one will bring discipline to
Inquiry
this
from the Honorable
Speaker.
Speaker.
Honorable Cynthia, what is it? You are standing on a?
Inquiry from you, Honorable Speaker, the chair.
From myself?
Yes.
Take a seat, Honorable David Koech.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Proceed.
While listening to the Honorable Majority, he mentions a visit to Kapsabet County Referral Hospital, Honorable Speaker, to check on the progress and preparedness of COVID-19. Honorable Speaker, I'm wondering, and I want to inquire from you, maybe my hearing is not right, Honorable Speaker. Is the member giving a report on Aldai sub-county or Mgwen sub-county, Honorable Speaker? I just want to inquire on that.
Honorable Majority Leader, I can give you the permission to respond to the same.
Yeah, Honorable Speaker, as sub-county, we must also ensure that the isolation centers, Kapsabet County Referral Hospital is our referral hospital, Honorable Speaker. I must check on its condition before my people from Aldai, if they are prepared to come and handle those issues, Honorable Speaker.
So, Honorable David Koech, I think in your report, you have to indicate specifically that it was a follow-up,
Yeah.
so that it doesn't overlap with the role of the Mgwen sub-county, because Mgwen sub-county caucus had the primary responsibility on behalf of the assembly to consider that. But now that you've clarified that it was just a follow-up, starting from your own facilities and seeing that if referred to Kapsabet, because you have to refer back to the same. Proceed and finish.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Even isolation center, Honorable Speaker, we don't have in Aldai, but we have in Nandi and in Kabiet. And we shall visit all of them, Honorable Speaker. Yeah, yet. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, maybe I can use my own. Let me not read, Honorable Speaker, giving some people problem. We did not deal with COVID-19 only, Mr. Speaker. We also dealt with in Aldai. People were washed away with there were floods. Even some bridges were swept away. There is some road that sank until it was not passable from the area of Honorable Mayo. We went to Terik. Also, the bridges were broken down by the floods. So we visited everything that was emergency, not only COVID. In fact, in Alda is the highest for those who are screened who came from Nairobi. It was the highest in our county. But they were all taken for quarantine, and they were later found that they did not have the disease. Otherwise, Honorable Speaker, we have the comprehensive report that is coming over the same. Thank you.
Fair enough. So chairs, between today and tomorrow, ensure all the sub-county chairs, your reports are tabled, are deposited with the clerk's office, and ensure you have minutes as well as signatures for the members to concur with the particular report. So all the sub-county chairs, I can see Honorable Teno, Honorable Cynthia, Honorable Gideon, Honorable Kipkurui, Honorable Buambok, and I think Honorable David Koech. Which other sub-county we've forgotten? I think that makes 6 sub-counties. So ensure by tomorrow you have your report signed by the individual members so that it is not just yourself. You'll be the one presenting, but we would want individual members also on the report. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, papers.
Honorable Walter Teno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to table a report on the Committee on Budget and Appropriation Committee on the Nandi County CPROP for 2019. I beg to table.
I acknowledge the tabling of the County Budget and Appropriation Committee report on the Nandi County CPROP 2019 as tabled by the Chair Budget and Appropriation Committee. The same has been scheduled for deliberation in the afternoon session. So I direct that by the time we come to the afternoon session, each member be served with a copy of the same for consideration. Next order.
Order number 5, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Honorable Gideon Koech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to give notice of a motion on the review of the county budgets. Previous county budgets till the current budget in respect of development expenditure.
Honorable Fred.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I stand to give a notice of motion on establishment of status of Kenya Urban Support Program project in Kapsabet municipality.
Next order. Oh, Honorable Walter Teno.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to give a notice of motion on the report of Committee of Budget and Appropriation Committee on the CPROP for 2019.
Fair enough. Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, the county avatar bill, second reading.
Honorable Muli Maru.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, before I read, I just wanted to give an information from my ward that I have 2 members who were shot by police. So maybe in the afternoon I will not be in. I'm preparing for the burials for tomorrow. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. I give the report of the Agriculture and Cooperative Development Committee for the Nandi County Arbitrary Bill 2018. Mr. Speaker, the County Arbitrary Bill 2018 has gazetted by the Kenya Supplement number 12, Bill number 5 of 8th November 2018, and was received at the office of the clerk on 4th December 2018. The office of the clerk invited the public and various stakeholders to submit the memoranda and respect of the bill via Daily Nation newspaper of 23rd May 2019. Establishment of the committee. Honorable Speaker, the Sectoral Committee on Agriculture and Cooperative Development establishment pursuant provisions of Standard 194 under the provisions of Standing Order 194.5. So the committee mandate was to all matters related to agriculture, including crops and animal husbandry, livestock, sales yard, county abattoirs, plant, animal disease and control, fisheries and cooperatives. So, Honorable Speaker, the committee proposed the following amendments on the Nandi County Abattoirs Bill 2018 that shall be considered at the Committee of the Whole House. Part 1 of the bill, the long title of the bill, amend the long title by deleting the comma between public and health, read public health. Mr. Speaker, because everyone has the document, I think I can ask the member of Cabinet to second this committee.
Honorable members, the House can therefore contribute on the Nandi County's Abattoirs Bill vis-a-vis the report tabled by the Chair. The floor is open. Honorable Robert Kirwa, I would expect you to be an interested party in the same. I would expect you to say something about the same. Being a stakeholder. Honorable Fred.
Hoja, habari Mheshimiwa Spika.
Yes, Honorable Fred.
Ningependa kupata habari kuhusu, unajua hii ni mswada Mheshimiwa Spika, na hatujasoma. Nilikuwa naonelea ungeidhinisha baada ya kikao ya pili Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu lazima tupitie.
I just need to confirm the business for tomorrow morning, so that if there isn't much tomorrow morning, I can be able to suspend for the same to be read again tomorrow for your deliberation. But let me just confirm, because afternoon we have 2 motions. Let me just confirm for tomorrow morning. Honorable Fred.
Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kupata taarifa kama wananchi walijadilia hii hoja Mheshimiwa Spika, kwa sababu sijaona sahihi ya wananchi, kwa sababu sheria lazima iende kwa hao wananchi kuhakikisha kwamba wameambiwa hii sheria inaenda namna gani. Ningependa kupata habari kama walienda Mheshimiwa Spika.
Honorable Fred, that is why I'll give the time for you to deliberate that. Honorable, comment?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think what we have with us is actually not the bill. I wish that we actually get the actual bill, because this is the report.
There's a copy of the bill. I'm sure it should be given to every member. I can see a few copies here. So maybe we can agree tomorrow afternoon. Honorable Kipkurui.
Honorable Speaker, I just want to mention more about what the Honorable Member for Kapsabet has said. Clearly, when you look at the report from the committee, they did not engage the public.
Honorable Kipkurui.
So I think, Honorable Speaker, just
Honorable
you can allow.
Kipkurui,
Indulge me, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui, the reason why I wanted to give it time for such deliberation, that's why I wanted to just schedule it so that you have those issues, because that will be part of your discussion whether to proceed it or not. And that is why once we do the second reading, it gives room for such comments, which touches on procedure and substance. Don't you think it's fair for me just to schedule? At least you can have a look at it. You among the
Yes.
two, yourself and Honorable Fred are lucky to have picked out an issue immediately, but I'm sure you can also pick other issues that you can deliberate. Please proceed.
Honorable Speaker, most importantly, if I was the chair or the sponsor of this bill, I would withdraw at this point first. Because, Honorable Speaker, whatever we are going to discuss, if you schedule it for tomorrow, and failure to have involved the public, it will nullify whatever process, Honorable Speaker. So I would suggest, Honorable Speaker, if the chairman can be guided to withdraw the report at this point, so that, Honorable Speaker, there is room for further consultation. Because failure to that, it then means we will deliberate on the second reading tomorrow, and we will object the bill. So the bill will be lost. At the onset, Honorable Speaker, I think it needs proper guidance on how to handle this matter from this point.
Honorable members, therefore my proposal would be the chair and your committee, you can take that advice. Please liaise with the legal and the clerk assistant involved. You can come back to us in form of writing whether to take the advice or not. If not, the matter will be deliberated tomorrow afternoon. But take the advice and see what you can write back to us, your proposal. Honorable Walter Teno.
Honorable Speaker, I think through the advice by the Honorable Kipkruis that we go to public participation, Honorable Speaker, of which at the moment, Honorable Speaker, we cannot do any public participation because of the directive by the Ministry of Health that we should not gather around with the people, Honorable Speaker. You can look, for example, the budget, Honorable Speaker. We have already issued the memorandum so that people can send their views on the budget, Honorable Speaker. So I think we...
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Take a seat first. Proceed on the board.
I think, Honorable Speaker, you can rule that we can use the same method, Honorable Speaker, instead of returning back the bill which will assist our people, Honorable Speaker.
Point of information, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui, now the person you are informing has already sat. Let me direct as follows. I'm notified that the committee, I think, undertook public participation. To be able to consider all that I've given them, it is up to the chair. Let me give the discretion to the chair. Listen, Honorable Kipkurui, I'll give the discretion to the chair. You've had the concerns. Tomorrow afternoon, if you are to proceed with the second, because the clerks of the table confirmed to me that there was public participation of the same, if you are able to get the same, then you are good to go. Tomorrow afternoon, we will proceed with the deliberation. But take into account the concerns raised by Honorable Fred and Honorable Kipkurui. I don't know if Honorable Kipkurui is a member of the committee. You cannot inform. The person who you are to inform has.
The Honorable House.
Unless you are standing on a point of order, because you can only inform someone on the floor.
Honorable Speaker.
So unless you stand on a point of order.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, is it in order for the member for Cabinet to insinuate that they cannot be able to do public participation on this bill because of COVID-19, Honorable Speaker, and yet this bill was expected to have been concluded? Even the minutes that they have been able to attach to this report are dated November 2019, Honorable Speaker. So, Honorable Speaker, this is a bill that had already been dealt with early before COVID. So, Honorable Speaker, I think the Honorable Member for Cabinet is trying to misinform this Honorable House. Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Kipkurui, the Honorable Member just mentioned the concern that if we are to insist on that, but that is neither here nor there. I've already directed what the committee chair should do. The clerks will help the committee chair come tomorrow afternoon prepared with all those details. So the same is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon. Honorable Chair, Agriculture, liaise with the clerks for all those details. Honorable Fred.
Ningependa kutoa ujulishaji Mheshimiwa Spika ya kwamba kuna ile hoja ya machani chai ya kwamba tulipitisha bunge hii Mheshimiwa Spika, na wao walienda kotini kwa sababu ya hiyo, na nafikiri itatupiliwa mbali Mheshimiwa Spika. Hiyo ndio maana tulikuwa tunataka Mheshimiwa ajue, tupate hiyo sahihi ya wananchi alafu tupitishe Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you so much. So Chair, take the advice. Next order.
Order number 9, motion.
Honorable members, who is the Vice Chair for Health Committee? This particular motion, honorable members, had been deliberated by the members. I have the copy of the last deliberation was on 11th March 2020. The same was discussed, but a question was not put to it, so that because I think it was adjourned for lack of quorum. Now, the report was on the County Health Sanitation Report, on Immunization Report. Vice Chair Health, I presume Honorable Kipkurui. Who is the Vice Chair Health?
Honorable Speaker, yes, I was the Vice Chair in the first assembly.
Who is the Vice Chair Health?
I was the Chair and ended up being a Vice by proxy. But as at now, Honorable Speaker, I am not.
Are you a member of the Health Committee?
Ably, yes.
Who is your vice chair?
The Honorable Nancy.
I'm here, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Nancy, I think we give you a chance to maybe, you can tell something, you can have the last right of reply, whatever you can tell us about the report before I put a question, because it only remained for purposes of putting a question. But just to bring members to speed, if you have anything to say about the immunization report, proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I'm not prepared today, maybe tomorrow.
Honorable Elfast wants to comment. You're a member of the committee, I presume. Proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I think on the issue of the report, Mr. Speaker, the report is ready. And since I don't have it in copy, but what I know is that the report has been done.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
I understand, Mr.
Honorable
Speaker.
Gideon. Take a seat, Honorable Elfast.
He is the honorable member in order to...
Is he a member of the committee?
He is a member of the committee, but he is insinuating that the report is ready.
I think he was not listening.
Can you guide the honorable member, Mr. Speaker, so that maybe...
Thank you very much, Gideon. Let me guide
him so that
member.
he can make a very substantive contribution.
Sure.
As opposed to...
Yeah. Honorable Elfast, this report had been considered. It is just a question of putting a question onto the motion. The issue was, I was giving the last right of reply to a chair, vice chair, or a member, because I can't see the chair. So it was just like any comment, then I put a question
Mr. Speaker, I think actually I was, the way I came, maybe I was slow, but since all members actually are aware of the report, my request to Mr. Speaker was for you to put a question. That was what I want to come up with. Yes.
I think you are now properly guided by Honorable Gideon.
Gideon does not
Honorable
understand
members,
well.
based on, I will count that as the last right of reply as a member of the committee. Honorable members, I therefore wish to put a question that this House adopts the report of the County Health and Sanitation Committee on Nandi County Immunization Report, financial year 2018-2019, tabled on the floor of the House on 21st November 2019, and deliberated on the 11th March of 2020. Will as many as of a similar opinion say aye?
Aye.
Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I think I've heard Honorable Nyauntu also putting his eyes louder than the members on the floor. Next order.
Order number 10, adjournment.
The House adjourns until the afternoon sitting.